Have you ever noticed your Flutter app feeling a bit sluggish or janky? One common reason is that widgets are rebuilding more often than necessary. In Flutter, when a widget state changes, the entire widget subtree rebuilds by default. But sometimes, we don't need that. Let's see how this works and what we can do about it. Let's take a close look at this simple counter app. We have a stateful widget called My Home Page. Inside its state, we have a counter variable, counter, which we increment when the button is pressed. The crucial part here is the setState call inside the increment counter function. Remember, setState is what tells Flutter that the state has changed and that it needs to rebuild the UI. But here's the catch. When we call setState from within the MyHomePageState class, the entire build method for MyHomePageState runs again. This means that even the text widgets that are completely static, like "you have pushed the button this many times," are being rebuilt and redrawn on the screen every single time we press the button. This might not seem like a big deal for a simple app like this, but imagine if this build method contained a huge list or a complex layout. Rebuilding everything for a minor change would be a huge waste of resources and would absolutely lead to a laggy user experience.
So how do we fix this? The key is to be smarter about our rebuilds. We want to tell Flutter, hey, only rebuild the parts of the UI that actually need to change, and leave the rest alone. We can do this in two primary ways, by using const constructors and by extracting parts of our widget tree into their own widgets. Let's apply both of these techniques to our counter app and see the difference. Look at the updated code now. See the const keyword in front of the text widget? By adding const, we're telling Flutter that this widget and its children are immutable. They will never change. Flutter is smart enough to see this and say, okay, I don't need to rebuild this. I can just reuse the existing widget from the last frame. This is a super easy win for static UI elements. But what about the counter text, which does change? Instead of having it inside our MyHomePageState's build method, we've extracted it into its own separate stateless widget called counterText. This new widget takes the counter value as a parameter. Now, when we call setState, the build method for MyHomePageState still runs, but the only part of the widget tree that actually rebuilds is the counterText widget, because that's the only widget whose input, the counter value, has changed. The other widgets in the column are marked const, so Flutter efficiently skips over them. This simple change completely isolates the rebuild to only the one element that needs to update, making our app far more efficient.
Let's look at the performance impact. We'll use the Flutter DevTools performance overlay to visualize this. On the left, you can see the unoptimized version. Every time we tap the button, you'll see a spike in the UI thread's activity as the entire widget tree is being rebuilt. Now, on the right, look at the optimized version. The spikes are much smaller because only the countertext widget is rebuilding. This directly translates to fewer dropped frames and a noticeably smoother, more responsive user experience, especially in a complex application. All right, here's what we learned. First, remember that unnecessary widget rebuilds are a major source of performance issues in Flutter. Second, always look for opportunities to use the const keyword for any widget that doesn't change. It's an instant performance boost. Finally, extract frequently changing parts of your UI into their own separate widgets, especially stateless widgets, to isolate rebuilds and ensure that only the necessary components are updated. Give this technique a try in your next Flutter app, and I guarantee you'll see a noticeable improvement in performance. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more Flutter performance optimization techniques. In our next video, we'll dive into another essential tip. Happy coding, everyone!